G'day guys, what's going on? It's Super here. Today I'm going over my round 14 review. I scored 2012, went down the ranks 529 spots. Not ideal. The buys have been a mess for me. Cannot score well for some reason. Just have these dud rookies on my field. A couple poor scores. Bit of a mix up on the bench as well. Not ideal. Had the VC on Dale this week, so 129. Take that any day of the week. Was slightly concerned about Gawn's matchup with Port, even though he had a great record of like past scores of back-to-back 177s. I thought, there might be a bit of a concern with two ruckman versus Gawn. So, but then again, not the greatest ruckman, so nothing really to worry about there. But yeah, he only scored the 126, so got an extra 3 points with the Dale VC, but. Was a little bit concerned with the matchup for Gawn, but he obviously scores well regardless of who he's versing. So he's a good ruckman, probably the best ruckman we've ever seen. So I was thinking about trading him out this week. Actually, a bit of a bold statement, but probably not great for the season. I don't think that's going to work out well. I think maybe we just hold on to him and. Such a long season ahead. I'll be spewing if he starts going nuts. He is like the best ruckman, as I mentioned, that I've seen anyway in my time. So I think, we just got to stick with him, even though he's worth a lot of coin. His break-even's only like 141, so I think I'm going to hold on to him. He probably scores that against Wits when he comes back. I believe that's the matchup. Is it Wits? Yeah. I think, there is... the thought that some people might be trading out Gawn this week, but if we have a look at the higher scores, there's some pretty juicy scores there. Different opponents over the years, but I think it's something to be confident with going forward. Like he's got a 200 there against North, but not sure if it was Sherry or not in the past, but I think we just got to lock him in and back him in for the rest of the year. But going over the side, Sinclair 109 was pretty nice. Should have gotten Nas last week instead of Doherty. So I traded in Doherty, which was a bit of a stitch up, really. He only scored 69. So, he's just taking the piss there, really. Just not going very well for us, which is a shame. Doesn't have the greatest history coming up either with these matchups. So, could be in for a bit of a stitch up for the next couple of weeks. Not scoring the greatest, but who knows? It was against West Coast. They didn't really get the ball down back too much, so I would give him a pass this week, even though 69 is not acceptable for a player that price. So, we kind of took a punt. Didn't work out for us. See how it goes for the rest of the season sort of thing. But then we got Maxi Holmes. He's coming up against Brizzy this week. Break even of 42. He's going to be 600k, which is pretty crazy. I think this will be the most expensive he's ever been. Pretty good stuff. He's in 42% of teams, so most people should have him by now. But he's had a great season. Probably getting robbed from Brownlow votes to Smith, I would imagine. But what a great season he's had so far, averaging 111, which is nuts. I think with Richmond coming up, be pretty keen to see that. And I don't think he'd be getting tagged. It would probably be Smith who gets the tags. So I think he's in for some monster scores coming forward. Bailey Dale is still at an affordable price if you want to grab him. Got Richmond this week. Probably someone that's worth getting. He seems to just accumulate the pill. Richmond this week, so he should go pretty big, you would imagine. But 558k is not too bad. And then we got Whitfield with a 140, which was great to see after a few poor weeks of scoring from him. So he's come good. Gold Coast are a great matchup for defenders, so expect something pretty big again from him. And then next week he's got the bye, which is unfortunate. We hold on to Sandy Brock, so scored a 41, which is pretty trash, really. And Clark was trash as well, not ideal. So we missed Carroll's score there of an 82, which would have been handy to get a few points on the board for the team. But that was a bad miss on the bench. Luckily, we held on to him because I was thinking about trading him out last week instead of Hall, but my logic was let's hold on to him because he's already had his bye and his break even was low enough to hold on to, and now he's pumped out at 82, so that was lucky. Break even of 11 there, so he's still going to go up in coin for us, which is nice. Bond, yeah, bloody disappointing stuff. He's got 177 break even, going to drop 30k. Got Richmond though, so he's got a good record against Richmond. Hopefully he can pump out like a 140 for us. That'd be nice. But yeah, worst score of the year. You'd be laughing if you didn't bring him in. Now you can bring him in cheaper, which is good. Caleb Sarong finally did something this week, which was good to see after starting him. He's just had some pretty consistent sort of scores, nothing too fancy. But yeah, 142 is his actually highest ceiling game. The same as round 4, but doesn't really go past that. Essendon this week, so if he doesn't get tagged, he should go nuts. Hopefully they tag Brayshaw for our team's sake there, but probably unlikely. They will. Lockie Neal was okay. I thought he was going to get a heavy tag, to be fair, against GWS, but didn't really watch that game too closely. But yeah, he's dropped 100k, which is crazy. Probably get him in next week if you want to get him. He could probably be a bit cheaper. Probably will cop a bit of a tension this week, you would imagine, against the Cats. So yeah, he might get tagged again. Oh, I don't think he got tagged last week, but anyway, Connor Rosie. So we swapped him. We swapped Roberts, for Rosie, and it's worked out to be pretty decent. Roberts does come back this week though. So see how he see how he scores with Mills in the side as well. That's another thing I didn't think about. But Rosie's been good, so I'm glad I've got him in my team. And then Merritt was pretty decent to score 100 there in the end for a pretty abysmal performance from the Bombers. You know, they got pumped by like 95 points, so to be able to score 100 is not too bad in a losing team. And then Doherty, yeah, so just want to have a quick look at Doherty, where he's playing and stuff. I think he's down back now, which is okay for us. What round was it? 14. So yeah, I actually watched this game and yeah, Doherty wasn't looking that great. I was regretting my decision to trade him in, to be honest. But yeah, he's down back, which is good for, you know, in the past he's a proven primo for defence, so I thought he'd be okay. But yeah, he had like 3 clangers, wasn't really taking any contested marks, you know, 1 intercept, not really ideal. He wasn't jumping for the ball, wasn't going for the marks like that. He just wanted uncontested possessions. So, yeah, he didn't really look like he was kind of looking a bit down, like he didn't want to take a hit or anything like that, avoid contact at all measures sort of thing. So that's a bit of a concern. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen with him. Hopefully he's not like carrying anything, but he's probably, you know, just in the past he's had the injury complaints and stuff, so he's probably just taking it easy, getting back to form. North Melbourne will be an interesting matchup. Hopefully he can turn up for us, but he's just to get a rookie off the field at this point. That's why I brought him in. I wasn't sure if I could complete the team or not, so Doherty looked pretty good in the last couple of weeks, but yeah, this week was not great with the 69, but yeah, he had the scores of 118 and 107 there, so I was like, okay, you know, the reward outweighs the risks. You know, he had like a 11 break even and he was scoring well, so I thought I brought him in, bring him in, and then now his break even's back to 75, so hopefully he can turn up for us. But yeah, it's a bit of a silly call there. I just wanted to take the punt, really. Didn't really have any other options for climbing the ranks anyway. And then Johnson is pretty good as well, so his break even's still low, make a bit of coin for us pretty quickly, which will be nice. Huswaite got tactical subbed, I think, during the second quarter or something, so pretty annoying, honestly. Like, they bought him back and now his break even 72, got the buy, so probably someone you want to get rid of. I'm not too sure if I can trade him out, unfortunately, but yeah, I think I'm just going to have to hold him. And then Cherry was okay. One of, you know, a down game for him, which is a bit of a surprise against Jackson and Darcy there. He's got Carlton this week, so should be able to break that all-time high score of 109, you would imagine, against De Koning. And Gawn's got the bye, so yeah, it's a pretty ballsy move if you do want to trade him out this week. I don't know if I can do it. Probably makes sense for my team in terms of like having a full 23 primos, but then again, I'm probably not going to get to like 22 primos. I got Doherty here, who's not even a primo. He's just a mid-pricer, so I'm going to have to consider him to be a primo for my team anyway, which is a bit embarrassing. But yeah, Bailey Smith came back for a 114, which was pretty nice. Don't know how we go this week. It'll be an interesting matchup. And then Petrarca was not ideal. Like, got a 68, but his break even's only 122, so nothing really to worry about. Everyone's got him. Gold Coast seemed to be a pretty favourable matchup for midfielders this week, so you'd expect a bit of a response from him. McRae, his game back with an 87. Yeah, I think he's just trying to find his game again, I guess. He hasn't played for a while, so yeah, it was just a hold at this point, nothing too crazy. And Bolton was primed for a decent score, but then he started to drop off in the second half, so that's not ideal. I got Essendon though, so hopefully he can turn up for us. Yeah, probably made a few mistakes this year, sidewaysing players, which I shouldn't have, like Horn Francis, probably should have held on to him. And trading Roberts, I don't know. I wanted Rosie though, so kind of happy with that. But yeah, I did a few sideways trades, like traded out Nank as well. Probably should have held on to him. He's coming back this week against the Bulldogs, so probably has a good score against English coming up. And then Rankin has just been shocking. Like, don't even know why I bought him in. He's just got no bloody potential anymore. Like, he's just been really bad. It's so frustrating to own. But yeah, most people have him. I couldn't trade him out at this price. He's too cheap. But yeah, he's got the buy anyway, so wait and see how he goes next week. And then Hewitt has been pretty decent for us. Someone that I could potentially hold for another week if I wanted to, but I think it's time to cash him in. He's gone up pretty well in price, so that's pretty nice. And yeah, Warner comes back this week. Not sure if Gross is ever going to come back, which is a shame. And we've also got Witts there. But yeah, McCarthy went nuts with 133. You'd be absolutely laughing if you traded him in and had his score on the field, which is nuts. I think he's got the most disposals ever for a debut game for the Eagles, which is crazy. So I don't know if I can bring him in just yet. I think I'll bring him in, when he's played his 2 games. Maybe I'll risk it, see how he goes against Collingwood. Probably something you don't want to risk if he's scoring that well, but I just don't feel comfortable just trading in players that haven't played the 2 games. But he seems to be scoring very well and might just help out the trades if we bring him in early. If there's not many other options available at 99k, then you might as well just bring him in, and then you don't have to worry about getting him in later when he does go up in price, and you'll be able to cop some scores on field. But yeah, there's always a little bit of a risk attached to bringing in these players, but he's definitely not going to get dropped. So, yeah, should be right there. Callum Mills is someone I might bring in this week, honestly. Just a fairly decent player that can score well and make cash. I think he's... Let's have a look at this real quick. Footy scores. Footy scores, yep. Okay, it's working for me now. Just wanted to see where he's playing. Like, I wasn't too sure about. I think he's down back. I wasn't sure if he was in the middle or not. I don't think he was getting many CBAs. Just have a quick look at the Tigers matchup where he scored pretty well. I just clicked on the wrong bloody thing, eh? Here it is. Yeah, it was against the Tigers, though. Don't know if you want to factor that in. And yeah, kind of down back, a little bit in the middle. Again, contested possessions. Yeah, pretty nice. Pretty decent time on ground and stuff. So yeah, I think he's probably worth taking the punt just to help finish our team. Jack Martin's a guy I was looking at. He seems to be in our best 22, which is a bit of a surprise. He's got a new role like down back, so it's an interesting one. Just not sure if it's worth bringing him in, like paying 150k for a injury-prone player that has the bye next week. So that's, I don't know, it's a bit of a tough one. If you got no one else to go for, then you grab him. Madden's another guy who I'm not too sure. Like, you probably want to bring him in, like, for cash gen. He seems to have the scoring ability, obviously being the number 1 ruck at the moment. But it's just a matter of having a look at the injury list for Briggs to see when he actually comes back, because I get a feeling like as soon as he comes back, and he'll just get dropped, obviously. But Briggs, 2 weeks away. Next week they got a bye. So you probably only really get one price rise out of him. Oh, you got this week, actually. Got this week. Maybe two price rises. That's probably all you need, actually. A negative 89 break even, going to go up 60k. Probably makes sense, I guess. But you probably only get not much out of him there. It's probably not worth it. Horny Man, yeah, it's a bit frustrating. He came back and scored well. Not sure what's going to happen with the Sydney matchup. Have a quick look at that, actually. For taggers. They tag Butters, don't they? Rosie. That was in 2025. I don't think Butters was playing at that point. Have I gone past him or something? Literally can't see Butters, eh? They don't tag him. Am I tripping? It doesn't look like he's there. That's odd. So they haven't tagged Butters before. Surely not. I must be tripping, eh? Maybe they haven't. I swear I couldn't see him on there. So maybe you could take the punt on Butters this week. I just didn't want to grab him last week for some reason. But yeah, he only scored 101. He's got 164 there, so that's pretty cooked. Round 6. That was... Oh, he was playing. And they tagged Rosie. Released in the second. Surely they would go after him. I don't know. He's got a pretty high ceiling against them, so you probably want to bring him in. But for me personally, I think I'll give it a miss. Give it a miss this week. Wait until next week, maybe. Could even get tagged by Carlton. But yeah, not too sure who's the tagger at the moment. Anyway, Witts is coming back this week, so he's going to be my VC option, I reckon, against Madden. It's a bit of a, later one this week, so I might have to make my decision at halftime if I'm going to take his VC or not. Do like a VC Witts into the Bont, even though, fingers crossed, he doesn't get tagged again. Hopefully a big comeback score from him. Anyway, I'll go over my trades. So what am I thinking? There's a couple options. So the main one would probably be just get rid of Sandy Brock and Hewitt. Probably makes the most sense. What does that give me? 631k. The concern I've got for my side is I can't really get Madden in at this point, so that's a bit of an annoyance, I guess, if that's a word. It's a bit of a stitch up, really. Can't really get him in the team somehow, so I'd have to get rid of one of my ruckmen to get Madden. And getting rid of Boyd probably isn't the way to go with the amount of trades I've got. So don't think I can get Madden in. That's annoying. Jack Martin's there, but don't really think I can afford him with this price range. 600. My issue is, I can't really get anyone else into the forward line, so I've got to bring in a bloody forward rookie, and there's no good forward rookies available. So, I probably could go for someone like a Nas. Where is he? Could grab him, which makes sense. 103k. Sorry. Yeah, that's not ideal, so I can't really afford to be doing this. So what do I do is the question. I really still haven't figured this out. I don't know why SuperCoach is so goddamn slow for loading players or trades or whatever. It's just shocking, seriously. Come on. frozen again, for God's sake. Let me do my bloody trades, SuperCoach. So, what do? I don't know. I could grab Mills, probably. It's probably the smartest thing to do is free up some cash, and so then I can do some more upgrades later on. Gives me like, what, 247k, which, you know, I don't mind it. I think Mills could have the potential to score well, like as good as some of these guys or close to them, and you're paying a fraction of the price for him. That just leaves me with, you know, 274k, sorry. And who am I going to get? I've got no idea. This is the issue. Do I pay up for... who is it? Who do I pay it for? Jack Martin against Brisbane. Not too sure. Hasn't had the greatest. He's got the negative break even, obviously, but not a bad run, really. It's just, I don't know. It's a bit risky, I reckon. Paying up for him, you know, 150k. Not really a huge fan of that option, to be honest. I think I'd rather grab someone like, who is it? The Hawthorn boy. Where is he? Even though he's got the bye, probably better off to get someone else. Butler. Scored a 70. I think I'm willing to pay a little bit extra, but not 150k. And, you know, maybe that's the play. Maybe I do this. Leaves me 7 trades, and my big concern is next week. If it would confirm, that'd be ideal. Yeah, my concern is about next week, really. Got a few players missing next week, and if I grab Butler this week and he does play on, then should be right for covering on field. But if I grab Martin, then he's just going to be another player that's missing next week. And, you know, he's a pretty injury prone type of player. So, but Butler got a negative 51 break even. Scored 70 and 55, pretty decent stuff. I think he's down back. He's playing down back, I think, when I was having a look before. And the Hawks. Why is it a bit laggy for me? Butler. He wasn't the sub, was he? Don't think he was. Surely not. Was it CJ? Anyway, but don't think it was a sub. Just better double check, eh? Better double check on this, hey lads. Surely he wasn't. Yeah, CJ was the sub. Where does he line up? On the bench. Yeah, I think like on the in the back line, pretty good. Yeah, I think his job security's there. I think I'm willing to take the punt on him. It's a bit of a risk as well, like bringing him in this week when he's not playing. He could get dropped, but hopefully he doesn't get dropped. Just have a quick look on the injury list. Who is out? Warple and McGuinness. So he's playing the week before that, I believe, as well. If it would go back, that'd be great. Let's have a look. Sicily was out. Watson, Scrimshaw. Butler comes in for one of those guys. Where is he on this? On the interchange again. CJ was the sub. Okay, so it's not too bad. Let's have a look at the injury list for Scrimshaw and Sistogger. thought Impey was playing his role. Not too sure though. Test. So yeah, he might be coming back in, which is not ideal for Butler, but Sistogger. And you'd imagine that Warple and Watson will be coming in. So yeah, probably not the greatest for the team. So I'm not too sure. I think he may get dropped. But yeah, they do have the bye, so not too sure about that. Maybe we just grab Jack Martin, I guess. I guess we should just grab him. It's just annoying I don't have any bloody swing. I'd grab McCarthy if I could do that. Let's just say that we grab... Oh, we could grab Archer May here if we wanted to. He doesn't have the greatest scoring though, so I think I'll just go with... oh, maybe... Oh, he's got the bye as well. Yeah, it's a bit of a hard one, isn't it? Who'd he come in for? Archer May. Sorry, going on a bit too long, in this video. Just kind of having a raw video, just thinking what I might do. Durham and Hobbs. What's the latest with those guys? Where's he in play? Yeah. Forward line. Forward. Yeah. Flank or something. Maybe bring him in. Just have a quick look again on here, just to see the position he's playing. But yeah, I guess it's kind of just bring in whoever's available. It doesn't really matter what they're going to score. Like, yeah, he's just a small forward, I guess. Just going for goals. Could probably get dropped. But have a quick look at the injury list again. Probably have to double check during the week or tomorrow night when it gets updated. Round 17. Yeah, that's a while away. And then, who was the other guy? Can't even remember. Oh, God. I can't even bloody remember who the other guy was. God damn it. But yeah, we'll go back into the team and have a quick look at alternative trades for, like, if I wanted to trade out Gawn. I was Hobbs. Quick look at that. Essendon. Can't see Hobbs. Yeah, so not sure what the go with Hobbs is. Maybe he's just not playing that great, so they've decided to drop him. But when's this guy played? 0 and 1. Yeah, he's probably not coming back. I think we'll just grab bloody what's his name, Jack Martin. He seems to be ahead of Ted Clossy anyway, so I think I'll just grab Jack Martin here. Scored a 79, pretty decent stuff. New role, so in defence, don't mind it. Let's just complete that trade. Just be done with it. So yeah, this is what the team could look like this week. It allows me to keep Gawn. What does it mean for the side? It means I still need to get 3 more rookies off the field here, which is not ideal. Still need 3 off the field. Oh wait, Dacos. I forgot about him, eh? So it's not too bad when you think about it. I've only got 2 rookies now. It's okay to field Johnson, it looks like, at this rate for a couple of weeks. Should be right. Back-to-back 84s, not too bad. And then Carroll and Clark, we could probably try and loop. We can do that. That works out. Do that with Carroll. See if he goes like past 60 or not. Field. If he doesn't go 60, we field Carroll. But yeah, I think this one makes the most sense for my side. Don't really feel comfortable trading Max Gawn out. It would be pretty risky if I did that. Otherwise, if I was going to trade out Max Gawn, I'd probably take another punt, which probably wouldn't be worth it, really. I'd flip Witts into the ruck, and then I'd trade out Sandy Brock. And then I would get Mills. It's a bit slow today. Could it please load for me? That would be great. Please bloody load. Don't know why it does this. Internet connection's not that great. It's a bit odd. Bloody Telstra. Anyway, so we could do this, which not too comfortable doing. So we grab Mills. And then, yeah, we've got the 600k there, so we could grab someone, like a actual primo. But I think if I was going to do this route, I'd just, take the ultimate risk and bring in the Prestia, which is it's pretty out there. But this could be another solution for us. He can score well. He's pretty cheap. That seems to be the main guy for Richmond in the midfield. He's a bit older, yes, very injury prone, so very risky. But yeah, if you're going to have a risky play, why not do this one, eh? Leaves me with 175k in the bank there, which is okay. And then I also can hold on to Hewitt for another week, but I probably have to hold him for 2 weeks because he's got his bye, so get another price rise out of him, or he could even just be someone that I continue to hold for a majority of the year, in the sense that I'd have to swing him into the midfield somehow. Because, yeah, this is what the team would look like if I was to do that. Which, it's pretty much the same. Is it? Yeah, I still need two rookies off the field, so it's probably not worth doing. And yeah, I don't think definitely isn't worth it. But yeah, I think Presti is someone that might be flying under the radar this week. He's going to go up 47k if he hits his projected score. So yeah, Bulldogs are a bit of a tough matchup this week. Same with Adelaide, but his run's not too bad coming forward. Yeah, he could go up to like 550k probably. But yeah, he's at basement level. He's been scoring pretty well, like averaging 126, which is pretty nuts to think that he's going so well. So yeah, if you want to take a big punt, then yeah, go for it. But I don't think it'll be the smartest play for me. I think I'll just hold on to Gawn. But yeah, who would you grab out of Prestia or Mills? Probably grab Mills still, just because he seems like he can, score the same sort of scores as Prestia anyway. And back in the day, Mills was one of the highest ceiling players in the comp. He was dropping 200s like a couple of years ago. So I think if he does come back to form and he's like in top tier form, carrying Sydney sort of back in the hunt, which seems like unlikely, then yeah, I think it's not a bad move. But I'll bring in Martin here. Wait, let me just try this out, actually. Let me just see what this looks like if I went for Prestia over Mills. So Prestia's got a negative break even. Mills has got a break even of 34. It's not too different. So I'd still need to put someone in the forward line, which is the issue here that I'm having. I don't know. Could I do it? It's like, it's an extra like 100k or something. Well, probably not even, but close to 100k. So is it justifiable? Probably not. They've both had their buys. Prestia, he's more injury prone than Mills, a bit older as well. So what's going on here? God damn it. It's so annoying with this crappy loading time. God, why is it so bad? Rambling on too long again, but let me just have a quick look and see what this looks like. Yeah, the team is in shambles, really. I think I'm just going to go with the Mills trade-in. It's probably the smartest move, but just have a quick look here and see what I can come up with. If it's going to... It's so bloody slow. God damn it. Load, please. Yes. Get Dion. 205k there. Don't know if I'm happy with this. Probably not ideal. I think they'll score the same sort of scores. And then, yeah, 200k, so then we can get Martin. Only have about 50k sort of left over, which is not great. God damn it, it's so bloody laggy. I have no idea why. So goddamn laggy. Do that. And what's that? 54k. Not the greatest either. I still just think it's better off to go with Mills. But yeah, let's just quickly have a look at DFS at the season strength for the midfielders. Richmond, yeah, got 2 hard matchups, so probably not good timing to grab him. Maybe like when he starts to play Geelong, around 17, if he's still cheap. But yeah, you probably want to grab him this week before he starts going up in price. I probably wouldn't recommend it later on. But who knows, he might actually average 120, which would be cooked. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Mills trade. That's what I've come down to. Why not? Don't think we'll be able to get Mills this cheap ever again, so might as well just do it. Just grab the young man, and we'll just go with Martin until someone else pops up during the week or on the team sheets. But leaves me 123k. Pretty happy with that. Will be helpful. I need more money, but could go with the May guy instead to save even more coin. Another 50 odd k. So that's probably the better shout. Maybe just do that. Just free up the coin. Please stop lagging. Yeah, I don't know, he just doesn't... I guess Jack Martin had a pretty shocking score for the first game he had. So, yeah, he could have a spike score in there at some point. But, yeah, playing for Essendon, a bit hard to score well for some reason for these young guys. Like, Kako has been shocking. I don't know if he had a good score or not this round, but he was just a shocking own throughout the year. So, probably be this pretty similar to May, you would imagine. But who knows? I think this is probably the way to go forward here. Just have as much money in the bank as I can afford to have. And yeah, that's the side here. So got Doherty there as a bit of a random pick, but a bit of a punt. Have a bit of fun with it. See how he goes this week. And yeah, we can do the loop with Carroll this week. Do that. See how we go. But yeah, you could, if you've got like a free flex position, you don't have 3 ruckman, probably try and get Madden if you can. But yeah, the bye is next week, so not ideal. But yeah, that's the side. Getting belted in the bloody leagues as well, so really just need to pull my shit together because it's not well from my end. I just don't know what's going on. Pretty shocking year from me, but let's see what happens at the later stages of the season, see if I can bounce back, try and get in the top 5k. But yeah, I think the team's nearly there. It's just some of the pretty like unlucky week for me. Some bad scores that I missed, and well, didn't really miss, but yeah, just some inconsistencies from my players. But yeah, most teams are pretty similar. Anyway, final thoughts. Do the C on Bont, VC on Wits, and yeah, that's the video for today. See what we can do next week. Not looking ideal for next week though. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5's not too bad actually. 5 primos missing, and then yeah, Johnson and Clark But yeah, we should be right for next week, really. Got 3 ruckmen playing, so who knows? What are my trade targets? Not really sure at this point in time. It's probably just whoever comes up that's cheap. Who can I even trade next week is the question. I've got that 74k in the bank. Don't know if I can afford to be trading out these guys. Maybe I have to get rid of like a Carroll type and a Clark for someone else that pops up. But yeah, we'll just wait and see what happens this week. Could just hold my trades again. I mean, for next week, sorry. Yeah, but that's what I'm thinking. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys are thinking this week. It's a bit of a weird one, just a shocking year for Supercoach this year. So yeah, not ideal. Had a good year last year, but this year I've just absolutely flopped, which is hard to predict. But yeah, few stupid trades. Probably shouldn't have started McGovern. And that's where it all went wrong for me. Knew he was going to get injured at some point, but yeah, it's just bloody annoying. Should have had a better starting team, but hard to predict these things. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys, and see you soon. We're nearly at 700 subscribers, so if you can help me out as well, get 700, that'd be unreal. So yeah, bring you guys along the journey, and thanks for that. See ya.